day. Just, oh, thank God. That became my life. My life just became screens, nonstop. It was either my phone or my computer or my TV, nonstop. I was either on the internet or I was watching something, and it got to be a lot. It got to the point where I knew I needed to take a break, you know? So I decided to do it. I put everything down, I turned everything off, and I just sat in my room, and I would just sit and I would think. Just try to be alone with myself in a quiet place, like suss myself out, get to know what I'm really about in here. And that was a terrible mistake. It was one of the dumbest things I've ever done in my life. First of all, I'm just sitting thinking. I'm not thinking after reading. I'm just thinking raw-ass thoughts. These aren't good thoughts. These are just things I'd normally be too distracted by TV to think. And they were real dumb. And that was heartbreaking. It was. I always thought if I just sat and thought, I'd come up with a theory or something. And I was just sitting there like, oh my God, all of these things are dumb. Am I dumb? Is this how dumb people find out? Because that last thing was real dumb, and I'm the only one talking. That's what happens when you sit with your thoughts. But I knew I had to take a break. I knew it because I got to the point where I wasn't sure if I knew who I was when there wasn't a screen in front of my face. You know? Because I know it sounds bad to say, but there's an online me and there's an in-person me. And I know it sounds fake to say that, but it's true. You know? And I'm scared that the online version is better. I am. Because online, I try to educate people, you know? I take up for people that I don't know. I fight for causes that I believe in. But in real life, I saw my friend Sean get jumped, and I was like, he probably did something. I don't see how that's my business, you know? Honestly, it wouldn't be three of them if he didn't do it, if he didn't deserve it, you know? In fact, let me turn around. I don't like him screaming my name like that. I don't want to be involved. You know? Online, I try to educate people that I feel like are being ignorant. But you know what I don't do in real life? Read. Like, I don't know where I get off talking down to people. Because I got a keyboard in front of me. Online, I tell people I don't know to keep following their dream. Okay? I tell them that they can do it. I don't know if they can do it. I keep telling them that they can do it, okay? And in real life, I gave a street performer money to stop. I was online, and I saw this guy making fun of this kid for being too skinny because he posted a workout video, and there was this big dude making fun of him, right? And so I told him, hey, if you want to get your ass beat, come to this address. And in real life, I gave him my buddy Sean's address. You know what I mean? Like, how was I supposed to know he was going to be two other people? That's just unfair. Because I'm also relearning how to be in the world. You know, I was awkward before, but I'm insufferable now. I am almost a year out of practice from being weird. Like I go on walks, and I remember I left the house for this walk, right? And while I was on it, I bumped into a guy. And we bumped into each other hard because we both just weren't paying attention. And when I bumped into him, I immediately whipped around to apologize. But when I turned around, because truly, I drop my phone and I go through all 5 stages of grief. I really do. You know? I drop it, it hits the ground, denial. That's not a crack, that's just a hair, all right? That's just a hair, and as soon as I wipe it, I'm gonna be Gucci, okay? My phone is fine. I did not just mess up my phone just now. I'm good. Anger, fuck! I can't believe I just dropped this phone right outside the Apple store. I am standing. I bought it 6 seconds ago. Cashier still looking me in the face. He waving at me. And I dropped this phone through these brittle fingers. Bargaining. That's just the case. That's the case. That's the case. Whole job is to be like the Secret Service of the phone and take the hits for the phone. So that's what it just like a little soldier. It took that hit. It cracked. My phone is fine though. Depression. My ex was right. I don't handle responsibility well at all. And that's why she left. And honestly, I think she made the right move. Acceptance. You know what? I just don't deserve nice things. Okay? I don't know where I get off getting it. I should have got a Nokia like I deserve. I've been visiting more people now that things are opening up and stuff. And I went to visit one of my friends who I haven't seen since before any of the pandemic. You know, I haven't seen him in a whole year. And he lives with his mom, his dad, his grandma, and his cousin. And it was so good to see all of them hang out a little bit, catch up and stuff. But while I was there, not sure how to... While I was... Basically, my boy's grandma got a crush on me, and I don't know what to do about it. And I heard a couple ahs. This is not a Hallmark crush, all right? This woman has carnal intentions towards my body, okay? She's not messing around. Okay, I was hanging out there, and first of all, she wait till everybody leave the room to hit on me. That's how you know she a predator, okay? She wait till she can make it he said, she said, right? So then everybody left the room for a different reason. She got right up on me, just in my face, all over me. And I tried to let her down easy. I tried to make it scientific about the pandemic, you know? I was like, ma'am, we should social distance. Because, you know, right now I'm not vaccinated, you're not vaccinated, okay? And you're in a high-risk demographic. I would hate for something to happen to you, all right? That's what I said. And then she went, oh, sweetie, I'm high risk and high reward. So I just stuck to my buddy like glue. Anywhere he went is where I went in the house. I was right behind him everywhere he went. I just didn't want to be left alone with her again, because that means she's aggressive, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, she old, but I think she faking it. Because she's old, but she's fast. Because we would leave the room, and she wouldn't be in the room with us at all, and I would turn around, she'd just be right behind me. I'm like, are you running? How are you doing this? But she was behind me, and she pinched my butt. And pinching butts is that old lady sexual harassment that nobody cares about, you know? Even if I tell people, like, she got me, all right? They're like, well, she's 85. You should have been faster, okay? Honestly, just move. But she did. She pinched my butt and then whispered in my ear, you firm like my mattress. It's like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. I am going to leave. And so I left, and I don't know how, but she got my number. I think she got it out of my buddy's phone when he wasn't paying attention. And she has been sending me non-stop thirst traps, okay? But they're granny thirst traps, so it's just pictures of food that she cooked. But still, there is innuendo involved, you know? She said places I can for the people that I meet. You know, if I hurt someone, I try to fix it. And if someone is hurt already, I try to make them feel better, you know? I just want to help. And I think I'm as progressive as you can get. I don't know, maybe. But give me 80 years. I'm sure I'll hit a wall somewhere. It happens to everybody. Everybody hits a wall. They act like there's this huge, there's this huge battle between the generations, and there's not. It's just medicine got too good. So people that were nice and then should have died are still alive and very upset, saying terrible things. And I'm not better than anybody. I could be one of them, you know? I know people who marched in the civil rights movement, right? For equality. Just be able to have what someone else has by virtue of being a person. You know? And they got dog sicked on them. And they got the shit beat out of them, okay? And even with some of them, just some, but even with some of them, if you bring up marriage equality, they're like, let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy? What were you doing it for then? You know, the 60s, you're over there holding hands, holding the line, sitting in, singing We Shall Overcome. Who would have thought your grandson would have to overcome you, you know? What? Tell me I'm wrong. It's true. And I want to find out what my line is. I like just be that dude that was nice to everybody, and then he died. Sounds like a pretty good life. Because I'm a super progressive guy now, but give me 80 years. I'll find a thing. I won't even do it on purpose. I just won't get it, you know? I won't be a bad person. I just won't understand. I don't know what it is now, but it's coming. In fact, I bet I can take a guess at what it is. It's going to be robots. It will. AI is getting too good. It's not too long before they put it in a body, all right? And then they're just walking around amongst us and everything. And then, years later,